So my name is Andrew. I work at the Akron Zoo in our education department, so I'm here to talk about honey harvest that's going on today. So today we are at the lemur building because lemurs are very important pollinators and seed dispersers. So that means they are a perfect example of honey harvest. They eat things like flowers and fruits. So the flowers, they're going after the nectar that is deep down in the cup of the flower. They'll eat the petals, they'll eat the nectar as well. Sweet and delicious for them. And while they're eating those flowers, they get the nectar and they get the pollen all over their face. So when they move on to the next flower, they take that pollen with them, they pollinate the next flower, and that is how seeds are germinated. They also love fruit. Any sort of sweet treat is great for them. So while they are eating the fruit, they're messy eaters. The seeds are falling out of the fruit onto the forest floor. So that's one way they disperse seeds. Another way is actually by passing them through their body. If they eat the fruit and they get the seed with it, the seed is going to come out the other end. So they'll be somewhere else in the forest. They are going to be dispersing those seeds throughout Madagascar, throughout the forest where they live. So they're really good both for creating more flowers and dispersing the seeds that the flowers create.
Honeybees are really important. The zoo is very interested in conservation and the planet, and bees are important to our existence. So we're kind of celebrating the bees, and we're handing out honey. The honey that we're handing out is not Ohio honey. The Ohio honey crop this year apparently was not that good. We've had really hot weather. It's either pouring down rain or really hot. And so most of the honey we have there is from California. We ordered it online, and we have the information if people want to order it online. It's really tasty honey. There are some that are more natural. It's like the hives were in, I don't know, a mango field. And then some of them are flavored. The flavored ones are really good too. It's natural flavoring. We had a local honey grower in the crowd. Was kind of disappointed we didn't have Ohio honey, but the zoo actually has some honey, some beehives on a couple locations throughout the zoo. But I think they're sort of new, and they haven't produced enough honey to be able to have it for something like this.
My name is John Irvine, and I'm a beekeeper, just a hobbyist. I've been keeping bees for about 10 years. I'm a member of the Summit County Beekeepers Association, which is a local club with about 145 members. My brother bought a book on beekeeping and gave it to my father. My father did not read it, my brother did not read it. I was reading it, and I saw in the paper there was a beekeeping meeting in Cuyahoga Falls. I went to the meeting and I bought 6 raffle tickets. My name was the very first one pulled. I won 10,000 bees and a queen. I went home and my wife said, "Well, what are you going to do?" And I says, "Well, I think I better take a class and start buying equipment." I had no intention of being a beekeeper. That was 10 years ago. This is the second year we've come to the zoo. And the second year we've seen all the activity of people coming here to see different things that they can do outside, not only with the bees, but conservation things, plants they can grow outside to help the environment, meaning not only the air, but the animals, the insects, the local animals, just to help them survive. So the zoo is doing a fantastic job, I think, in bringing people in. We have been at the desk there and had some really good questions about what kind of flowers should I grow, how did I start keeping bees, some really interested people in helping the environment.
I've actually been involved with the zoo DJing for, it's been almost eight or so years now. Ever since then, I've been picking up more and more events. I think this year I've done something like 12 or something like that. but I just really enjoy. This is probably my favorite event of the year. So as a DJ, I get to play music, and it really makes me happy when I play a particular song and people start dancing, but especially the kids. Right? This is what it's all about. This year, we actually incorporated a waggle dance. Basically, that's how the bees communicate where the flowers are. So they'll find a flower, and then they'll do a certain type of, shake back and forth. And depending on how they do it, they tell the rest of the bees how far away the flower is and what direction it is. I think the Honey Harvest Festival is great because, these kids come to the zoo, and of course they want to see the animals, but to actually learn about the animals and be educated on the animals, how they came to be, how they eat, how they behave, that's just that extra add-on that really kind of puts it all together for them. And I think these kids are really hungry for knowledge anyway, and when they come here and they get that, it just brings the experience in whole.